against RNG, who seem like they have a really well-built team right now. As we have the game starting out and the team's smoking out to plant on their wards.
Oh yeah, the classic start to every game. Everybody goes, grabs the smoke, runs to the mid lane, and tries to make sure that the other team can't place them.
You know what surprises me? That we don't see more actual 5-man moves to try and get kills. It's like almost always they smoke down to mid and then just drop down the wards, and it's not... like, look at it. They're just standing there, smoke revealing, and fighting for this vision. So, of course, Lasloud got there in time, revealed Kaka. He couldn't put down his ward. But now they're also picking out that there's most likely a ward on that side, since someone was already there removing their smoke.
Why don't you think that we see these, like, skirmishes early? Is it because, like, the level 1 just doesn't necessarily feel that strong for a particular team? Or are they just too afraid? I'm curious about that, because that is a good point. They're not taking these Sir Action slacks of, let's get first blood, everybody, run to the turtle.
I mean, I guess a lot of the teams we see are very equally matched, let's say, in first blood potential. Like in this game, there's not necessarily one team that's by far and away stronger. I think RNG have the stronger level 1 draft, but not by a huge margin. So unless you have the clear advantage in kill potential, perhaps you don't want to go for it. And ultimately, it's just about vision. They want as much vision as possible. We saw Yawar scouting a bit for if it's warded on mid lane. Finds out that there's no vision on the lower side at least.
Yeah, and they are going to lane Yawar in this mid lane, so a nice read coming out from the side of Soniqs, realizing that they'll have the more advantageous matchup. Although I'm sure that Somnus... Oh my god, what is that? Is that like a owl bear bat?
Oh yeah, you got Will Smith. Yeah, it's Aladdin.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's Aladdin coming in.
Oh, I was like very confused for a moment. Ah, it's an interesting...
it's Will Smith, right? I don't watch movies. I pretend I do.
I think... No, it's not Will Smith in the live-action movie.
Who was it doing Aladdin?
That was the genie. The genie was played by Will Smith, I think.
Yeah, but that's in Aladdin. I mean,
yeah.
Come on, cut me some slack, please.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the actual character, not the movie. I don't know. I don't watch these remakes. They ruined my childhood.
Of course it's genie. Okay. Fair enough. At least we're in Dota. We know this, at least.
Yeah, at least we have that going for us. So yeah, they do end up shifting Quinn down here with Fata. Do you have to be a little bit careful because of positioning? They have that Marcy, so if Fata gets a little too far forward, could be in a potentially tough spot. But we'll see a bit of that lightning spam.
Yeah.
And a little bit of a pickup on the courier here, too.
Speaking of a tough spot, there he is, tossing him back, but I think he's going to be just fine just running away here. Kaka takes a lot of damage, but look at the CSing on mid lane already. 2 and 1 versus 6 and 6. This is already starting to feel like a disaster, and this is exactly why Batrider stopped being a high priority pick, because teams just started countering it with some of these hard matchups that completely shut you down in laning stage. This is Yawar just owning right now.
Well, that's exactly what you said. They needed to be able to do was to shift over into the other lane and then start getting the CS. Doing a great job of it.
Yeah, and it's not like Lich and Leshrac is a bad combination either. The two of them can lane rather well together, especially once you get, I would say level 3 is probably their biggest power spike here. Get some levels on their abilities. In top lane.
Yeah. They do pick up the Frost Shield early over on Fata to make sure that they have that little bit of extra survivability if needed, and I think with the aggression coming out from the side of RNG, it definitely makes sense.
Yeah, it's a pretty good lane here for the Spirit Breaker and the Centaur. They're getting a nice little connection here.
Oh, but the bash though! I was about to say, I was like, I don't know if they can quite finish off Ghost or put out that much damage, but MSS gets lucky with some of that, yes. Fata gets the kill in the bottom lane though.
Yeah, Chalice tried to man up a little bit there with Spirit Siphon, but it's a lot of damage they can dish out between the Lich as well as the Leshrac here. 2 points in Lightning is pretty good against these dual lanes. You can bounce out 120 damage on a 4-second cooldown.
Very respectable indeed. On the middle lane, a little bit of pressure coming out here from Somnus. It's going to force the pounce out from the Slark with 3 stacks of Sticky.
This is actually big. How is he able to bully away the Slark from the lane? He lost 2 range creeps there. Somnus.
He didn't go for the fortification. MSS is going to do a charge forward. we're getting off a couple of these clicks. Gonna be able to get a little bit of that agi, but Somnus just walks away. And bottom lane, Kaka. All right, you know, it's a wild thing. We've talked about how strong Marcy is, but this lane coming out from the side of Sonic seems to be working quite well.
Yeah, Fada, Lich was the immediate hero that they looked towards when they saw... Oh, top glimpse.
Leslau. Oh, the glimpse back. Need just a couple more clicks here from Ghost. If they can get over there fast enough, one more should do the trick, and it's going to be X-Nova who gets the kill.
Not going to be happy about getting a bit of gold. Charge in coming in by MSS, but he doesn't have a friend anymore, so that's just going to be a charge and runaway, and Ghost's going to be able to see us quite happily here. As Fada snipes a courier on bottom.
What's going on in this bottom lane? Feels like there's a lot of chaos that we weren't expecting.
It is, you know, it is a very aggressive lane. You have no carry, really. You have the Leshrac, who's a very fight-heavy hero, instead of having a Slark down here. If it was a Slark, probably would be a bit more chill, but they want to fight on both sides.
Again, there it is. There's that Frost Shield coming into play. And then we'll put a little damage back over onto Kaka. So perhaps you're right here, Waga. Perhaps this Frost Shield is a huge part of, you know, being able to be more survivable and feeling a little less scared.
Yeah, for sure. I think mid lane right now, I'm so impressed by how Somnus managed to get control of the lane again. He's higher level than a Slark, like 21 and 4 versus 20 and 9, but Slark was also outside of experience range for multiple range creeps.
That's
Top,
true.
they're diving.
Charge in. Okay, a nice gust coming out from Ghost. A couple of these hits up over on MSS. Leslau got pretty deep over here. He's looking to make a play, but MSS is going to have to teleport out. And he will be just fine.
Yeah, one good thing about Spirit Breaker is they can charge across the map very quickly, but he did TP towards mid, so he doesn't have full HP, just gonna run to Fountain now.
No, his lanes are a little bit quiet.
Yeah, for now, not that much to be said, but I think Batrider getting charged up by Spirit Breaker, and Fada trying to make a move towards mid. He has been spotted, though, by a ward from Kaka.
They've already managed to snap up the double damage rune, so perhaps just trying to get that rune control. It's a bash off. They've got the Frost Shield. This is looking like they put out a decent damage on Somnus, but he seems to not really mind that much. He's got the double damage. He's gonna give a couple of clicks. Oh, they go in for that sinister glaze.
Yeah, top.
Gear?
They're
No,
killing
gaze?
off
I can't
Centaur.
talk. Oh my god.
Sinister Glaze.
Yeah, I was like gaze or glare, and I was like, well, we'll just combine the two.
Yeah, we always come up with new words when we're casting. That's part of Dota caster's job. But that was a lot of heroes rotating for Batrider, and he managed to stand his ground, and he was extremely close to killing off Lich too. If he just got a little bit closer on Fada, the lasso would have connected, and he would pull them into a tower. So fantastic movement by Somnus, good read as the rotation came in there. I can't believe that Batrider is the highest CS in the game right now, that he's actually pulling ahead of Slark. This is not expected, and not what they wanted at all on the side of Soniqs.
Somnus is a very, very good player. So, while the matchup typically, you know, we'd say should go over towards Slark, it's not that surprising in some ways that he's doing as well as he is. But another charge over into the mid lane. The Disruptor is going to teleport over. Somnus trying to put as much Firefly down. They'll get the kinetic field off. Just gonna weave around a little bit. Fata is here though, and Somnus is needing to be a little bit careful. He wanted to probably make some sort of a play here, but with the addition of Fata having the Lich in the mid, it is going to push him back, and he does not have any regen on him currently, so it looks like he is gonna go all the way home.
Yeah, both mid players really playing to their limits there. Somnus, he's been charged so many times now. He hits them with a wow, and he runs back to base. Gotta fill up his mana, get some full HP. Meanwhile, though, Disruptor tried to control Rune, gets caught out.
MSS will happily take the kill on X-Nova, and now UR is making his way over into the jungle. They find some of these stacks, so we'll be able to get a little gold infusion. Feels pretty good.
Yeah, also able to use that region to farm. He didn't kill the satyrs, though. The little satyrs, if they hit you 5 times, that's the win they're gonna dispel, so he loses the region.
Top lane though, some pressure being placed on Lazal. They still have the last if they want to use it, but they don't need it. They just have more than enough to slow down Lazlau and get the clicks off. Although Somnus is gonna walk right into two. See, he's starting to drop that sticky napalm. The follow up with the charge from MSS. The TPs are coming out though. They're gonna try to get this drag over onto UR. X-Nova's also here, gonna hold MSS in position as now UR is forced to use the Shout Dance. It's gonna give some clicks off over to X-Nova though. So if they don't have anything to really ground target, it's not looking good. UR jumps back in again on the backlines. They do end up losing Ghost. As they get the charge, X-Nova gets hit up. That is going to be a double kill now for MSS. And somehow UR still alive after all is said and done. Lazlau will go, hit the Stampede, and they will just be able to walk away. No, they go back in again. They're ready to skirmish yet again. They've got the Frost Shield on UR. But it looks like RNG, they say no. We don't want to take this again.
Yeah, this is also where Slark is so damn useful against Batrider. Doesn't really have to worry about the continuous build-up of sticky napalm throughout the fight. There was a lot of good individual play there. Kaka coming in with some big body blocks during the Slark ulti. Oh no, Kaka.
Speaking of Kaka, man, alright, I love the way that this Slark is playing. This is very, very aggressive and high tempo.
Yeah, I think they almost switched the roles as well here and have Yawar just be the carry or the mid player in the space creation here as well, and Quinn can take more of a greedy approach and really be a carry Leshrac. So yeah, you swap lanes, but you also swap sort of responsibility here.
I like it though. I like seeing Slark be this active. Top lane Chalice is putting some pressure on Lazlau. Fata though rejoining off to the side in case they decide to go for a bit of a dive. So lots of heroes here in this top lane looking to put pressure down. Chalice has the exorcism if needed.
They're pulling the area, and overall, it's a nice move by RNG to not just forfeit this area, I think. And they have Exorcism available, so Chalice is ready to fight with his Death Prophet, and they're combining the DP and the Drow now to try and make a push happen.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Catapult is up as well. Very good timing to go for this siege, and Soniqs, they're smoking over. It's pretty late, but they might be in time to get a kill.
I mean, they have Stampede, so if they want to just run in, but Kaka in a good position here to break any sort of smokes. They have the Chain Frost here, the run in from MSS, the rebound, they'll use the Exo, they get a glimpse back, but there's a couple bounces over on the creep wave, unlucky. One will hit over onto Chalice at the very end after the initial, but not really the ulti that you're hoping for. Again, it is level 1.
Yeah, we also saw the great reaction against Spirit Breaker here, both the glimpse and the gusts. I mean, there was no way he was going to connect and get anything really done there. Tries to catch RNG, but they have good solutions for Spirit Breaker in their team.
I'm not sure what Quinn had over there on the courier, but it does get sniped, so he's gonna be a little bit less effective not having his items. Does have to be careful because Kaka and Somnus are making this rotation. Have the charge over onto Kaka. Quinn holding on here, looking to just dish out the damage. Doesn't even have to bother with that split earth.
Man, Kaka is having a tough game. He's zero kills, 0 assists right now, and died 3 times. Just getting a little bit caught out in a bad spot right there, same as Top earlier.
Nice double damage run secured by X-Nova. Just bottling it up. We'll save it for later. Now, they don't have Exo anymore. Do you think that Sonic should try to go and grab a smoke, make some plays, or should they just kick back for now, continue farming?
I think they should wait for the Slark's diffusal timing mainly, and just keep building up your farm. Looks like Leshrac has a full Kaya, and that's gonna be him ramping up his farm speed even more, of course. A little bit more mana to work with, and also a spell amp.
Yeah, that courier is gonna be back up in a moment as well.
Yeah, for now, they're letting Kaka sit mid on RNG and try and get to his level 6. And then they're mobilizing towards bottom around the DP. Slark, though.
There's the jump immediately over onto Chalice. A good stack start. They ends up smacking him over a little bit further than you are. Is in some danger as they get off the silence. That Chain Frost doing absolutely nothing. As MSS realizing he has got to get out of there, and he's got to get out of here fast. Fata is just getting chased down by Somnus. He does have that double damage, so should be able. He even drops those seeds of serenity. Gets the glare off. Quinn joining in. Feel like they still want to go. They've got 5 stacks of sticky. MSS though charging in. Quinn getting into position. Plenty of damage coming out from this Shrek as they do eventually end up losing Fata. But they get the kill on Somnus. And now Kaka has to be a little bit careful. These ghosts though doing so much. Will glimpse Quince right back in again. He is going to get burnt down by all of these ghosts. A beautiful play coming out from the side of RNG.
Interesting to see Chalice going for the Spirit Vessel build as well. I've seen it before quite a bit, but haven't seen it in a little while. The kill potential of Death Prophet is very, very high, so you can easily build up a lot of charges by going for this. Oh no, Drow gets connected
Oh
on.
boy, Drow in the bottom lane. Ghost getting caught out by UR and MSS, the hit squad. There was a Drow there. She's not there anymore though. This is nice. They have a nice ward over here on the side. It will spot out Somnus and X Nova, so yeah. Soniqs can play further back.
Bit of credit to Fata, by the way, when he was being chased by Batrider there. He turned around at the exact right time, so the flame break actually missed him, and he landed some slows on Batrider. Somnus ended up overcommitting, and well, he died, and in the end, Death Prophet came in and cleaned up. Batrider going down is a huge deal, because he had such a good start to the game.
Well, the smoke breaks because of MSS's positioning, and they have a ward as well over onto the low ground, so just gonna charge away, and that smoke ends up not being successful at all. But RNG are making their moves towards this mid tower. They'll place that frost armor on the tower just wall to protect it.
The charge away there. The Glimpse Source ready, and he has level 4 on it, but he could not get vision for long enough time there to see him and get him back.
Waiting patiently.
I think RNG are a little bit stronger in the 5-man scenario, so they're just grouping up and playing around with their team. That's a great spray. What is this?
That's Papa Lelis. That's Papa Leslau right there. He is, so if you've ever had the chance to see his tweets on Twitter, he is the proudest Papa. He, like, makes these videos whenever Leslau is playing of him, like, making barbecue all of his Leslau gear. He's got, like, a too easy for Leslau thing, like... usually having, you know, a couple beers. It's great. This guy loves to watch his son play, is super supportive. It's awesome.
Wow, that is actually really cool.
Charging over on X Nova. There's the hop forward from Kaka. They end up losing X Nova right away, but Fata does end up getting some clicks in, gets off a Chain Frost. They'll be able to kill Somnus. Now Kaka trying to run away. They have the exorcism. RNG will respond. They did buy back on the disruptor, so they managed to get the kill on UR. They'll turn it around, get a kill on MSS.
Yeah, and this is the team fight that I was talking about. RNG, they have so much damage coming out between the Death Prophet ulti, and the Drow Ranger can feel pretty shielded here. Batrider, Death Prophet, and the Marcy all act as good frontliners, so Drow's able to sit behind as well in a good way. We see a connection. It's like you're catching a or a disruptor, sure, but he did get the ulti out before he died as well, just dropping anything he can, and nobody's going on Drow Ranger.
I do like the fact that they went for the buyback on X Nova there too, because that kinetic field really ensuring they were able to finish off UR and get the kill on MSS. So very value and a good call coming out there.
Yeah, we're starting to see some of the reason why during the drafting phase I was saying I wonder if they're gonna go for the Slark or if they're respecting the Disruptor. Because Disruptor, that glimpse and his kinetic field, they're really obnoxious to deal with when you're playing Slark. You don't get to move around the way you want to. And even the Static Storm can silence you and be super good as a lockdown for him.
See that Fata runs into Chalice. I don't think he saw Kaka off on the side, but it looks like RNG, they'll respect it, and they'll move back.
Yeah, just gonna take their time here. It looks like RNG are sort of waiting up a little bit. They just finished up the Hurricane Pike on Drow, but their timing is not now. They want the full BKB before they're non-stop going. So Batrider, his BKB of course, when speaking of, he's gonna be the tempo setter. And meanwhile, on the side of Death Prophet, though, she also has a full Yule Scepter with her Spirit Vessel.
I like that, especially, you know, she's prone to getting burst down and has to be careful when she's near Quinn, so this is going to give another solution so she can keep that exorcism, you know, in the middle of the fight where she wants to be. but not take as much damage. They're still smoked here. Somnus. Okay, there's a blink forward coming out from Leslie, jumping onto Somnus. They'll go and drop that static storm though over onto MSS. A couple of these nice chain frost bounces finally coming into play. Somnus gets the lasso off over onto Fata. Should be able to get enough. And over on the back lines though, you can see Yuar, he gets disposed, he gets clicked down. That is a kill going to Kaka.
Fantastic reactions there immediately by Xnova. The moment that the Stomp came in, he's there to protect. He puts down the kinetic field and stops the Spirit Breaker as he charges in. He's not able to do what he wants, and the initiation is sort of broken. Slark got left alone deep in there, and his team couldn't really connect with him.
Perhaps just a little bit too far coming out, and you can see that fight again. Leslie sets up nicely, but the immediate response from Xnova. Looks like he wanted Ghost, but changed his mind. Saw Xnova sitting a little bit low. Ends up getting stunned by Kaka, and he's just too separated from the rest of the team at that point.
Yeah, and in the game we saw them. They managed to bring down Roshan, of course. That's ages over on Drow now, so not being lazy. The moment they win a team fight there, they're close enough to the pit. They go over, get full use of the Exorcism for taking Roche. And Soniqs, that was a costly mistake. They tried for an aggressive jump close to the tower, but ended up getting punished really hard.
Yeah, we've been seeing this a lot recently with the disruptors. Usually we like to see them pick up some sort of utility item, like a Glimmer Cape or a Force Staff, but Xnova is just straight up, you know, aside from doing, you know, wards and smokes, going for the Scepter, it looks like.
Yeah, he's gonna go towards the Aghanim Scepter with, but I like that he's going for the full Tranquil boots. We've even seen some like brown boots into Aghanims, like attempts, very desperate at going for the Aghanims as soon as possible. It is a very useful item if you can reach it, but until then, he's not gonna have the benefit of going for some earlier item. But I think they can get away with it in this game. They have good momentum over on RNG.
They smoke up on the side of RNG. They will show the Drow on the creep wave. Somnus, though, leading the charge. There's Yuar. Smoke breaks. Doesn't have a blink dagger, but they have a glimpse. And you know what? That's going to be more than enough here. As Yuar, he's trying to get out of there. Will be able to do it because he used the Shadow Dance, but a bit costly for him.
Yeah, that was actually a misplay right there by Kaka. He should have stayed more patient as the bring back from the glimpse came in. They do have a stun against his TP out on Slark, but that is only the rebound. It's the only way they can do an AoE stun if he TPs like that. So he has to hold it, very important.
This is going to make it more difficult for them to defend this tower, although they have a fresh BKB on Quinn. So there is the potential. It's a little spooky.
Radiant structures are fortified.
They know Disruptor has no ulti. I mean, even without Slark ulti, you might get an idea to defend here. I think Soniqs want to.
Quinn hiding in the tree line. Somnus still has a lasso. It's going to get drawn in by MSS, and they have a lot of damage. But there it is. There's a BKB Chalice. Using these Ghosts, still holding on to the Yules. Could opt to pop it if needed as Quinn pops his BKB, and Ghost just clicks him down. He doesn't really seem to care. So, RNG will defend this ground. Like you said, they had the shard on the Lich, but still not going to be able to protect their tower.
That Somnus Batrider was too tanky. So much HP on him. They almost chain stun and burst him during the Lich ulti, but not quite enough. If they had more levels, only level 3 in the Sinister Gaze, perhaps level 4, maybe they would be close enough to burst him there. A bit longer disable to prevent that BKB coming out, but still... RNG, with the DD rune on Drow Ranger, very, very high damage output from her. They take down the tower and they go back and take the map.
A 3k net worth lead going over to the side of RNG.
Yeah, for now, Soniqs are sort of in an anti-timing where they're close to but haven't quite finished. Oh wait, what? Is it changing? What is the Slark? I'm looking at Yoar. Is he actually going Aghanims before? Is this a misbuy? What is this?
I don't know. He's just got a casual staff.
This is a misbuy, right? Oh, did he? What? There's no way you don't go BKB before going Aghanim Scepter. Did he buy that just to not lose gold or something? This is not worth it if that was the case.
I can't honestly tell you.
This will generate a bigger window for RNG. This item, I mean, He currently has so many items that are not quite online and useful. BKB would be a huge power spike for him, but now he's gonna delay it even more. It's not too far away though. He only needs 700 gold, but RNG are not playing lazy. They're going in right now.
Right side, they do not have the exorcism up for another 20-something seconds or so, but Somnus waiting patiently in the tree line, popping the arcane rune, realizing that if anybody comes up here, he would love to get a nice lasso.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way Soniqs can fight right now. Not having their items completed, I think they just have to let go of this tier 2 tower, and that's a big thing to lose. They already lost tier 2 bottom, losing tier 2 top as well. We're only 24 minutes into the game.
Take the tier 2 on the side of RNG. And they do manage to take the tier 1 bottom. But I think it was more of a situation of... Oh! Some just popped his BKB during that.
Yeah, he was gonna drag his bottle over, and he must have misclicked and instead clicked the BKB. So yeah, that was a bit unfortunate there, but they do get a bottled up Dita rune. A good thing amidst all this is that he had Arcane rune while he misclicked his BKB, so it's extra short cooldown. So it's not that costly, but that was his 8-second BKB kind of wasted there.
Yeah.
But at least he was efficient while misclicking, you know? The efficiency is appreciated.
The mark of a true Dota 2 player. Absolute efficiency, I mean, even when you make the mistake.
Yeah, Somnus is just so damn good. He's good even when he's bad. It's insane.
They wanted MSS down here. They were sending over the TP, but we'll just teleport out and dodge away. So how close are we now with the
Tier 1 mid tower
Slark?
is looking like a nice treat here for Soniqs. The Slark does have his BKB finished up, by the way. He does have it now. And that's why he confidently goes up and starts pushing. Not really that scared of Disruptor anymore. The Glimpse is not gonna be a guaranteed catch against him anymore.
Soniqs doing a nice job of just kind of continuing to farm, dodging away. And the BKBs are on everybody's minds. One on MSS, one for Lazao eventually.
Yeah, MSS was actually queuing up a Blade Mail, but I'm happy he didn't go for it. I think Blade Mail, while good against RNG, RNG making a move with Batrider here, leading the way.
There it is, there's the lasso onto Quinn. Should be able to lock him down long enough to collect the kill. A little bit of a glimpse back over onto Yuar. Will pop the BKB, doesn't want to get caught out, and that is why we see that for sure. Fata gonna be able to teleport away. So the only casualty in the top lane is going to be Quinn.
Yeah, and at least they force out the 9-second BKB duration on Slark without it having, you know, any real value for that long uptime. But Yuar, he stays alive and he's going to be able to push out bottom, get some farm for himself. RNG now eyeing up the last tier 2 tower. They have a catapult again. They're really timing their pushes to the catapult waves really nicely in this game.
Chalice being very patient too. They do have the range creep and the catapult, but not opting to use that Exo just to push down on the tower again. Exo doing a little bit less to buildings than it used to, but realizing that he wants to hold it in case they decide to come in just defend.
This Radiant Ward is big. They have huge vision over Dire right now. Soniqs could definitely take a fight just on the back of this ward alone.
Fata playing the bait a little bit. There's the BKB coming out from Chalice as MSS dives into the back lines. You are giving the clicks up. They do manage to get the Static Storm, so that's a nice opening here for RNG. Lazao just taking too much damage. They'll end up getting the kill on Yuar. And on the back lines, MSS, he is going to be the next one to fall as do get a couple nice bounces here thanks to that Ice Spire that gets dropped by the Lich. Quinn, the lone survivor out of all is said and done. They end up losing the Death Prophet. They end up losing Disruptor. They may end up losing Quinn. Yeah, they will because they have Kaka here. They managed to get the hold over onto Quinn, but the buyback now from Fata trying to protect them is going to prove to be a little bit more. Yeah, Drow Ranger just sitting so far back. He's so slow with all of the sticky napalm. There's the lasso up again. Quinn's going to die a second time. 70
Man,
seconds
I wonder how
without
many
Flynn.
auto attacks he took there before he went down in the end. Nice try with the buyback from Fada to try and keep his life track alive, but it does not matter. So he expended his buyback as well. And of course, at the end of that, the ward gets dewarded by RNG as well. They remember how the fight started with the charge into what should have been Fog of War. Looked like a good start for Soniqs, but they got clumped up
Is MSS
under
really gonna do
Disruptor
this?
ulti.
He's really going to chase after Kaka here. All right, as UR is giving some clicks over onto Somnus. He'll land the pounce, he'll use a Stampede. They're looking for this kill, and they will be able to get that one. I was just surprised to see MSS charging over at Kaka, but they found themselves a better find, for sure, on the Batrider.
Yeah, that's fantastic to get something at least, because the last team fight was really disastrous for them. So being able to get, we get a rerun of the rerun here, and yeah, how they got caught up, all of them clumping very closely together. That multi-shot did a tremendous amount of damage.
Looking to already skirmish again. Look at the positioning, sitting on the high ground. They have Chalice down below. Oh my god, look at just the slow coming out. It does force UR to use the BKB. Bata already just crumbling. He's gonna have to pounce away. Kaka trying to get a little bit closer. Not gonna be able to quite get it, and you can see Leslau already in position. If they got a little too close, he was ready with a blink stomp.
Yeah, MSS takes off towards the bottom lane, just get immediately split pushing. One nice thing about Spirit Breaker is that once you realize you can't really fight, you can quickly go to another lane, but this is RNG probably gonna go for a straight Roche. They see Heroes bottom. I don't see any reason they would keep chasing. They do smoke in and get scanned inside the pit, but
I don't think they're gonna be
without
able to
Lich
get there
for
in
30
time.
seconds. No, they're too out of position to be able to be there.
They're not even going to use the EXO this time around. They know that they have this opportunity, and they can do this at their leisure.
Yeah, I like the choice by Ghost on his Drow Ranger, by the way, to go for Linkens in this game. It's so useful against the Spirit Breaker. You don't get charged, you can stay safe on the Drow Ranger, because while she is good at cancelling the charge from Spirit Breaker, that isn't really enough to guarantee safety. But now she can tell whenever she gets targeted.
She'll snap up the Arcane Rune, and they'll regroup over in the mid lane now with the Aegis over on Ghost.
Yeah, looks like they're going for this tower that they started on before. Again, they're hitting it with catapult timing.
Fata continuing to do his job is just putting the Frost Armor on every tower, trying to slow them down a little bit, but not going to be able to slow them down enough, because we've got 3 of the heroes over on the side of Soniqs. Just looking maybe to make a trade here.
Yeah, Soniqs are probably gonna get forced home soon here, though. I mean, they're trading for now, but they won't be able to get a favorable trade. There are a lot of Spirit Vessel charges here too for Chalice to heal up if the tower does a lot of damage.
Look at the positioning from the side of RNG too. Somnus just waiting for anyone to show up. He's got the Blink Dagger, he's got the BKB. Firefly ends. But again, how do you... Somebody force Ghost out here. Fortification gets used.
Exo is over now, so maybe RNG should back out. This is dangerous to take the fight without Exo. So probably back out and reset, because you don't want to take a full 5v5 without DP having your strongest tool.
Yeah, you're not seeing Yawar. He's playing off the map currently. So is MSS. And
Yawar, he's super close now to getting into full Aghanims. Finally, this Staff of Wizardry is about to turn into something. He's had it for quite a while now.
He's playing up very forward. I'm a little concerned about this because there is RNG nearby. Yeah, look at this. They can see him on the creeps.
He does not have TP, but he should be pretty safe. I mean, BKB Slark is very difficult to lock down. They could try and force him with Glimpse here.
They do have the Glimpse. It's thrown back into the tree line, but doesn't feel like they want to go and just hard commit on this at this time.
Yeah, good nerfs by Yawar to not use his BKB there as well. He's like, no, I'm probably fine. Indeed he was, so not wasting that. They're still capable of fighting now with the BKB.
Invis available bottom. Doesn't look like anyone spotted it, but Somnus TPing on the creep wave. They're ready for round 2. Still have about 2 minutes left And they're gonna, oh, they still aren't gonna have the Exo though, so they have to be careful because they're shifting around. Soniqs coming from the other side. Chalice though is gonna be the one who pops the smoke. Let's jump forward from Leslau over onto Kaka, but the drop immediately holding onto Quinn. Kaka taking a lot of damage here, but Quinn turning his attention over to Ghost. They want to go and pop that Aegis. It'll get taken down the first time. They've lost Kaka. Somnus still making his way over. Chalice though, he's doing a decent amount of damage. He's pretty far in this base, but is forced away. Really staying alive. The Yule Scepter coming into play for Chalice. He did manage to split the fight a bit, but they didn't have the damage to get any more kills beyond just Fata.
That was extremely close to Kaka actually surviving. He had the BKB, popped it, and of course with ulti and sidekick, he could maybe have lifesteal his way back, but they burst him in the end on Soniqs. Not really the fight that they were hoping for. They probably wanted to get even more as they got a good angle of initiation there. But RNG, they lose the Aegis, and they're going to be pretty happy to just fend off, or Soniqs going to be pretty happy to fend off RNG for now.
It's kind of interesting the way that they position Chalice in that, because I feel like a lot of the times, again, Ghost did have the Aegis, but I feel like you usually see Chalice like frontlining, and it almost felt like they might have known that there was some sort of wraparound play. I don't know. What's your read on that, Walga?
No, he was frontlining. They were suspecting that they were getting wrapped around on. Yeah. So him sitting towards that tree line and sitting what, technically is the back is actually shielding towards that smoke around. So he was very much intentionally doing that. Mm-hmm. You could see he was hiding in the trees. So even though he was the first one they connected and broke the smoke on, he was not the one getting jumped, but he was the deepest on the enemy team. The only downside in that fight was RNG didn't have Exorcism. They had 30-second cooldown Exorcism when the fight started. So Chalice in good position, but unable to really deliver the full usefulness that he would if he had ulti.
I really like the way that they position that, though. I think that's something that I think a lot of people might not necessarily be aware of, and it paid off for sure.
The use of tree line was good. I think a lot of teams generally try to do this where like they put the right player towards the right side of the fight, but his exact positioning between those trees there was very, very good for just breaking the smoke and still being in good position to react.
Radiant are scanning.
Smoke play coming out from the side of RNG. Oh, they're just barely gonna miss Quinn and MSS off to the side. They do have a gem now on Batrider, so they'll be able to rip down any vision that's been placed by Soniqs.
The Disruptor with 2 items. He does have boots at least. This is not one of those Aghanims only. He has the Tranquil boots.
This is big.
But, full Ags completed.
Can they get the jump though? Ships passing in the night. Smoke over on the side of Soniqs. The smoke going to run out very soon here for RNG. Will reveal themselves. Still hiding this Disruptor, X-Nova with the completed Aghanims. They're going to come from the backside again. This time, though, be careful. Hooked up a little tightly. And X-Nova...
Yeah, this is very similar to last time.
It's so similar, but this time the position... Okay, so Kaka, they're trying to figure out, where are they? No one is defending.
They can tell something is up, for sure by now. This is very sus. Why is the base empty?
Exactly.
They're like... They're not falling for it. They're sending in Ghost, like, you can go. We'll protect you.
Pop the Lincolns. I like the way X-Now is playing. He's got this ward that's going to be able to give him
Catapult is doing it. I mean, double catapult. The Rax is falling slowly. Soniqs have to do something.
They'll show themselves finally. The jump forward, the lasso over onto Leslau, just going to hold him into place. And we get those BKBs popping over here. Ghost hiding a bit further back. You can see the damage coming out from the multi-shot. They need one more hit to finish off Yuar. They just don't have it, but they'll drop the Static Storm on top of MSS, looking for these Chain Frost bounces, but they're not going to get what they want. So they end up losing the Spirit Breaker. Almost managed to get the kill on Yuar.
DP still has ulti going in a little bit now.
Leslau looking for the opening, gets a jump onto the backline, over onto Ghost in the hop forward. They'll get the Sinister Gaze off Kaka, moving around, jumping around in circles, still chasing after Ghost, trying to get onto these back lines, but they're just not getting enough damage off in time as they'll turn back around. Somnus with the BKB, dropping the Firefly. Can they get the kill on MSS with the jump over on back? Again on Ghost. Again, another save coming out from Kaka. Ghost, they can't seem to kill him. He's going to be able to survive this. The split, though, coming in from Quinn. They finally managed to kill kill the Drow as you are running around, trying to get away. They've got some of that damage, but not quite enough. Chalice, X-Nova, and Somnus. The last one's alive and kicking. You are looking to make the play again over onto Chalice. A good flame break back, protecting Quinn, chasing after Chalice. Now, not a lot of mana left. Not anything for spells. Should be able to get the... Can they close
So
the
much
gap?
sticky
The
napalm.
Force, though, not going to be able to quite finish him.
Oh my god,
Oh
finally
my
Somnus is
God.
gonna pull out and retreat here. There is the Aghanim Slark, but only has one
Slark.
pounce.
Oh, he uses the fuse charge too. He wanted that kill.
Definitely wanted it. A really fantastic fight there coming out from both teams. There was a lot of things that went right for RNG, but they still ended up losing their Drow Ranger in the end as Quinn came in and finished the job there. It took multiple attempts to bring down the Drow Ranger due to the protection coming out from Kaka. But overall, this Leshrac is starting to look more and more like a force to be reckoned with in this game. And I think Drow Ranger has a hard time killing him on her own. She needs Batrider to probably target the Leshrac more. We see the initial jump there.
Yeah, Laszlo, eyes on the prize, trying to just close the gap, but Ghost, very survivable. Somnus trying to split up the fight with all the Firefly. A hop in again, though. I thought maybe Ghost was almost about to survive here as he's trying to just get these couple clicks. But with Quinn jumping in like that, with that split earth, and all of
the repeated goals on Drow Ranger, like they just target her. The moment they see her, she is the target priority, and I like that. It's a good approach by Soniqs because Batrider, especially if he already used Lasso on Centaur like he did in that fight from the start, he's not really important to focus. He will do some damage, but it's mostly Drow Ranger. If you win against her, then the fight will be in your hands.
I just realized it isn't a force. It was actually the Ogre Seal Totem over on Chalice. So having that...
Oh my god. I just saw Kaka's items. Kaka is not going for the Basher here on his Marcy. He's actually going for a Nullifier. So BKB and Nullifier going to be very useful against the Frost Shield of Lich to remove that.
There's a charge coming in on Kaka, MSS. Land, blink forward from Quinn. We have a lot of lockdown, so we'll be able to finish off. But there it is, there's the drag, but not going to be able to quite finish as Quinn does get glimpsed back. You are looking to see if he can get anything else. Pounces forward, manages to land over on Chalice, giving a couple clicks off over onto Somnus. Get the charge, that's the Exo getting popped from Chalice, the slow over onto MSS, the rest of the team trying to get over there. We'll get the flame break, BKB gets used, they got the static storm, but Quinn, he's already managed to get away. But there is a decent amount of damage coming out from this Exo with Chalice chasing after Quinn. He is going to die there, thanks to the physical damage of the Ghost. But over on the back side here, Somnus, he's looking not too healthy, he's gonna try to get away, but they use the Stampede, they finish off Somnus. These Ghosts, again, Quinn managing to get out with very little hit points. Will go for the glimpse back over onto Laszlo. But again, here comes the Quinn. He's looking to get this damage to put down as Chalice, the Ghosts are returning. Almost managing to get caught by UR. X-Nova gonna try to teleport away. Do they have the vision? They do not. He will barely escape.
Fantastic spot to TP out there. Good read, and wow, they managed to get out after those buybacks coming out from Soniqs. Ghost still looking for a pick here.
Yeah, he's got Kaka, and they've got Dust, so they'll be able to get themselves a quick pick off. But Roche
this
is
turned
up.
into a very hectic game and hectic fighting. The Exorcism is truly the strongest player on the field right now. Is just the ability of Chalice just running people down. But overall, we're starting to see Drow Ranger become more and more of a threat. Soniqs, they try to catch her, but there's so many players just focusing on keeping her alive between the Force Staffs and the Kinetic Fields and her own Hurricane Pike, of course. Chalice.
Oh, there. Oh my god. The amount of damage you are just ends up dying. They drop the Static Storm to boot.
Yeah,
That's what happens when you've got that
during his own
nullifier
ulti.
completed.
Yeah, he died during his own ulti there. He couldn't seem to heal enough during it. There is, of course, the Frost Arrows upgrade on Drow Ranger, and he got shot quite a few times, so the regen reduction per stack built up. And he wasn't actually gaining as much HP as he perhaps thought he would. I think he even had BKB ready when he died there.
Refresher, Shard, and Cheese going the way to RNG. There's an Arcane Rune even as well. Chalice says, yeah, give me that. He's going to have that EXO up in about 3 seconds.
Yeah, the pass of the refresher over to Batrider. One exorcism is probably enough, but having 2 lassos in the fight, double BKB on the Batrider, this is absolutely massive.
Clark's still down for 19 seconds, does not have the buyback, so RNG.
Yeah, what mid and top. They're going
Chalice
through.
in with the exorcism. Ghost focusing over on the top.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
Watch for Somnus. He's looking for a grab.
He is.
Radiant's
His tower. Clark is back up.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Yeah, they're angling, looking for a way to defend this. Trying to keep the barracks alive with frost armor.
Keep the charge forward over on Chalice. The BKB immediately coming out, and they're grouped up over here on the side. As now Chalice goes for that refresher. The chase is on. Somnus dragging back on Quinn, realizing that this is a huge problem for him. Tries to drag over to the Static Storm as MSS is indeed caught. Couple nice bounces with the Chain Frost, but just not gonna do enough here as these ghosts just chew through the buildings. No Quinn for 115 seconds, no Spirit Breaker for 40-something. They'll just turn their attention towards this bottom area, or perhaps they're gonna go just for the finish.
Yeah, they still have the Aegis, they still have EXO going for a little bit longer here, and no Leshrac. I mean, Slark has to go in and try to make something happen, but he doesn't have BKB, so he's so worried about going in. It doesn't seem like it's possible to delay it this long, but we'll see what Yawar can pull.
They still have the cheese online here for Kaka, too. They've got Aegis, they still have the cheese. This is looking really tough for them. Just throwing some of that sticky napalm down. A glimpse back on Yawar, but they get back into the base.
Yeah,
The pounds off over onto Kaka, but they're just poking a little bit. Nice pull forward by Fata over onto Somnus. Chase after the bat rip, but now he just takes too much damage, and now MSS will be the next one to fall. This little fishy boy trying to hide over here in the corner. They're still hunting for him. Might be able to actually get a kill on X-Nova, but this is happening. They're just focusing down on the Ancient. Eventually the lasso comes out. They'll hold Yawar. They'll get one more kill. Team wipe on the side of Soniqs, and that's going to be the game.
Yeah, that was beautifully done there. A lot of these team fights were very satisfying to watch. RNG have a lot of synergy, and the way they play, their coordination is really good. It felt a little bit more like Soniqs were flailing, trying to reach that Drow Ranger, trying to get on top of her with multiple heroes at once, but always somebody got stopped. Like, someone gets glimpsed back, someone gets blocked off, and of course the Force Staff's coming out to keep people alive. I like some of the itemization as well that happened in this game. The Nullifier and Marcy we haven't really seen on support.